What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another video. The first of 2025. Happy New Year to all of y'all. Hey, look, man. Women choose the men. Deal with it. Deal with it. Because I'm going to tell you what. Yeah, look. First of all, I'm not somebody who's like just hanging out online or going by what some clueless motherfuckers are saying. I talk to people out here, and I be talking with people, men and women, from late teens to old enough to be my parent, late teens to their 70s and stuff, men and women. And it's always the same deal. It's always the same deal. You get a bunch of men think they chose a woman. They chasing a woman, basically settle for them. But then that's when they had that my bad situation, or they having a whole bunch of other stuff. What I've seen, and not just seen it, experienced it, and also known guys out here who get into play. I've known pimps. I know pimps. I know players. I know Macks and stuff. The best situation is when a woman is choosing. Now, this ain't saying don't approach a woman, because even when you approach a woman, she's still making a choice right then, even when you cold approach. But she still has to make a choice. You can't force a woman. Trust me, if there was a situation out here where women could be forced into liking a particular man, I'll be talking about something totally different on here. Be talking about science fiction or something. Might do some stuff with that anyway. You know, be talking about science fiction, doing something else. That wouldn't be a problem. But a major problem is out here, you got a bunch of men. You got a critical mass of men thinking they can force a woman into something, and then wondering why the woman don't like them. Look, the men who are successful with women, they already know the women making a choice one way or the other, even when you cold approach them, because sometimes a woman might not see you, then you approach them and then you find out right there. She'll make the decision right there, you know. Or even when a woman is well, hold up, let me go into that cold approach thing. Sometimes a woman, she been seeing you. It's cold approach for you. You think it's cold approach. That woman been seeing you for months. I don't know how many women have told me, oh yeah, they've been checking that guy out for a while. They put themselves in position. In fact, I've talked about that a while ago, because I always give some stuff like that. I say, if a woman ain't trying to seduce you, she don't want you. Because what women are doing is they making it more apparent. But they've always been doing that. They ain't even something new, really. They ain't even something new. Women have always been that. In my book, Nice Guys and Players, I said it's all about that choice. I talk about the legendary Jim. He told me that. When he told me that, and I started going with that whole thing, the women making a choice and everything, it just changed everything. Because then I started looking for signals that they making a choice. You like a lot of guys go against that choosing signal thing. Even some guys I respect, and I can understand that. But even if you, like I said, even if you cold approach, you making a choice, and even in those cases, that woman been seeing you. She put herself in position. Because once I started noticing even that and started paying attention to it, I was like, oh, okay. You know, shit. Even Malcolm X talked about that in Autobiography of Malcolm X. He thought he was doing all this stuff to control the situation with Betty. But then at the wedding, after the wedding, at the reception, she and her girlfriend's talking. Her girlfriend's like, yeah, you got him. And he was like, what? Shoot. Even that, I think it was in that book, The Manipulated Man. I forgot that woman's name, Esther something. She talked about it. She talked about that. Or what's that saying? A man chases a woman until she catches him. They know. A woman knows. Just deal with it. But see, you get some guys, they don't want to deal with that. Because, and look, here's the main reason. The main reason is they don't like the women that is showing interest. And that's fair. But a man actually has power in that case. You don't have to deal with them. Just because a woman chooses you don't mean you have to deal with her. And if all you getting is some bad women, all you getting is some women you don't like, well, then you need to maybe improve yourself. Because I don't care who the woman is, they still got functional vaginas. And if you ain't getting the attractive woman that you want, then you need to maybe work on yourself. And what have I been talking about? Body game. Letting the barber bless you. Having some style. Because if you look at everything I'm talking about, everything I talk about, I'm telling you how to be chosen. I'm telling you how to be chosen. That's how I got 2 sons. Yeah. Because I understood that shit. 2 sons and, at least one woman out there who I ain't sure where she at. So if I come up talk about I'm on one of those like paternity shows or something, don't be surprised, because I said there's still one woman unaccounted for. But there were plenty others and stuff. They told me straight up. They wanted a baby, or they were like, I'm on a birth control pill. Okay. I was a dumbass motherfucker sometimes with some women. Shit. But they were choosing. In fact, I've had quite a few. Shoot, one woman telling me, she said, Rom, I'm going to take your pants down. Another woman, some other place, she just being blatant with it. And let me just be clear with that. Sometimes, the most cases, women ain't going to be blatant. I say the average man, a woman just will put herself in a position if she feeling him. She'll make it easy for him. She ain't gonna make it hard. But see, you get some guys, they still want who they want. And they really looking on how they can make her like him. That ain't gonna happen. She either like you or she don't. You know, that's why I talk about tribes. A tribe just the women who like you naturally. You don't have to do much. They naturally feeling you. And it's not really hard. Shit, look at how they smiling at you and everything. Look at how they smiling at you. Look at how they around you. Look at how their body language around you. You start learning all of that stuff and paying attention, then it gets easy. And even when you want attractive women, because I don't care how attractive the woman is, she still got a functional vagina. She wants somebody. And even in my book, I wrote Meeting Attractive Women. What did I say? The key to it is, if you want attractive women, the key is become attractive yourself. Are you fixing yourself up? Because if you only getting a certain type of woman, you ain't liking what you getting, then that's an indication to you that you need to be changing something up. You ain't gonna do anything to make that woman choose you. And especially if that woman's very attractive, and I've said that before. Especially you get those women in the 8 to 10 range. And let me say something real quick. Let me say something before I get into that. When I use numbers like that, don't come on here with some dumb shit. Well, there ain't no women really at those numbers. Shit, don't do that. You proving yourself to be a dork. When I'm speaking what general people understand. Most men are going to use those numbers thing. Most men understand what I mean when I say a dime. All right. When you're having a conversation with literally thousands of people, maybe even 10,000 people and stuff. Some dude just waving and shit. I ain't gonna give him a fist, but brother, that's right, like power. Anyway, right? You get some people. If you understand what I mean, you don't have to believe there's a perfect dime. I personally don't believe it. Personally, I don't even really like using the term. I use it because people understand it. When I'm having a conversation, I'm going to have a conversation in such a way people understand what the fuck I'm talking about, all right? But anyway, even when you get those very attractive women, they especially choose. They especially choose. Now, you get those less attractive women, they might deal with whatever. At least until the guys they want come into the picture. And I've seen that happen. You know, this young lady, acquaintances. We weren't friends, but we were acquaintances. She was dealing with this guy for a long time until this guy she really wanted showed some interest in. All of a sudden, they dealing with each other. She just dropped that other dude like a champ. And that happens a lot. You know? That happens a lot. If you get one of those like less than attractive women. Right? But when you get those real attractive women, they especially choosing. They especially. Because they got a choice. They're only going to deal with the men they want. And if you want one of them, well, shit, you got to fix yourself up. Hit the gym. Shit. And you don't necessarily have to be a Chad or Tyrone. Just fix yourself up as best as possible. You know? Yeah, shit, hit the barber. Let the barber bless you once a week. Shit, let the barber bless you. That money, shit. I was in the barber shop last time getting a haircut. I was joking with him and stuff. I said, shit, y'all responsible for the birth of more babies. Shit. Let the barber bless you. Because you know, the barbers, they ain't complaining about some recession or something. They stay in business. All they need, all the barber need is just a good location. That's all they need. They just need a halfway decent location. Not even a good location, just halfway decent location. They gonna get some play. Shit, fix yourself up. If you ain't getting what you like, if you getting a bunch of ugly women, well, shit. You need to fix yourself up. But they still choosing. And just deal with it. And they always been that way. They ain't something new. They ain't even really recent. You talk to some old heads. I've talked with old heads, older men and women since the 70s. That's always been that case. It's always been that. And there's nothing wrong with it. And really, any men who complain, you really get more power. Because then that puts the power in your hands as to who you want. That's the beauty of it. That's the motherfucking beauty of it. You know? Because when you chasing a woman, when a man is chasing a woman, he's going to pay a price that she's not bothering to tell him. She might just say when a man is chasing her and she hasn't chosen him, she might say, well, hold up. I don't really want this dude, but he wants to spend all this money. I'm going to let him spend all this money. I'm going to let him do all this stuff. I'm going to let him move my furniture. And then come to the point where she's like, oh, let's just be friends. That's the power. A man actually has power when a woman is choosing him. He actually has the power then. This one spot. Anyway. He actually has the power. Because he don't have to choose her back. See, a lot of guys might hear that and think, oh, well, I don't want her. Okay, so what? Okay, don't take it and say no, motherfucker. You got the power then. The power is in your hands then. Shit. In fact, there's probably a bunch of women, they probably realize that. They probably like, shh, Ron, come on. Shh. Hey, Ron, I'll make you some buffalo wings and some cherry pie. You just got to be quiet about that. Oh, man. But you actually got power then. And you're not wasting time. There's a lot of men out there, shoot. They like paying child support, doing all this. You know, find out the child ain't even theirs. It was like, who chose who? Who chose who? That woman, because if a woman want to be with a man, one, she have a baby by him, that's likely his baby. Less likely to have trouble. More likely to cooperate with him. more likely to support him in his vision, more likely to be in cooperation with his operation, even in submission to his mission. She's trying to help. She's letting you know she's trying to help. But when you get a bunch of men, and see, that's why a bunch of men out here messed up. Now, somebody might say, well, they don't want all the men, and that's a reality. And that is a reality. But then, what am I telling any man? If you really look at what I'm talking about how to be select. I'm talking about how to be select, how to be that man that's going to be chosen. You know, and if you think about the word select, the woman is selecting you. Oh, let me hit another thing, because I had some dude say, well, it was a man talking about, well, you ain't select. Well, women choose how to be select. You know? Women choose how to be select. If you're looking at another man trying to make that choice, you're straight up faggot. Yeah, I said it. Women make that choice. They selecting a man. Think about that. Think about how that term is. They selected a man. You know? Shit. And any player can tell you that. Any player can tell you that. Pimps can tell you that. They'll tell you that. Max will tell you that because they already know. They already know. It got to be a situation the woman chooses. It is what it is. It is what it is. In fact, I think I'll look for that the scene from that movie, The Mack. The Mack, and that woman chose that guy. They know it. Man, the pimps already know that shit. You know. I'll see if I can find that scene. I'll put a link in the description box. If there's no link in the description box, I just ain't found it, or use the right word. But I think I can find it. But that's just how it is. You understand that when a woman wants to be with a man, she has to make that choice. She makes that choice. He's all he had to do is just treat her right. You don't have to like do all that stuff. Shoot, you don't have to be spending money or doing all this extra shit that a lot of guys got to end up doing. Shit. And there's a lot of guys doing a bunch of extra stuff, or they doing all that, or they chasing whoever, or they sad because, well, they doing all this trying to convince a woman to like them. You can't convince them. It's a waste of time, really. It's a waste of time. The woman either wants you or she don't. And she gonna show. She gonna show something that she wants you. Smiling at you. Her body a certain way. Everything. It's gonna be something. And just deal with it. Don't get mad. You know, don't try to change something. And it's like I said, it ain't no new thing. Cause shoot, even back in the day, you know, you got some men, they would marry the woman and she would marry him for survival. And then as soon as he was out the door, as soon as that man went out the door thinking he got this woman, shoot, you get a guy coming through the back door. Listen to some of those old blues songs. I've been saying that. And one thing in 2025, if you're going to run with me, I'm just going to give y'all just the real shit. Don't be fantasizing. And if you can't deal with it, I don't care if you go. Bye. Bye. And I've always been that way. People will say, nah, because y'all notice I've never asked anybody. Yeah, I got 100,000 subs, but you know what? I've never asked anybody to sub me. If y'all really think about it. Even when I was getting close to it, I say, hey, you got to sub, like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, I ain't never hear that from. At least, nah, y'all heard it from when I'm trying to get shit on my other channel. But once I made it to the point I can monetize it, and y'all ain't hear that from me. Because it ain't worth it. I just want the dudes who gonna be about something. You know? We're gonna listen to some real shit. Trust me, it gets a lot easier. Trust me. Trust me. Because I had a lady friend the other day. She wanted me to call her up and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, damn, some dude trying to get on there. I was like, I called up and say, yo, you all right, babe? Had to go in the thug rhyme and stuff. Had to go in the thug rhyme and everything. Because she ain't choose the dude. Because if a woman want a man, she want a man. No matter what his age is, whatever his case is, right? She just going to choose him. That's all to it. And if, like I said, you got the power then. You don't have to choose her back. If you don't like how she look or she crazy, whatever the case, you don't deal with her. But it puts the power in your hands. You know, that's why players have multiple women. Like, I've known plenty of players. Like, what I'm saying, everything I talk about ain't based on just my experience. Just my experience. Shoot, I purposely saw what some other players were doing and everything. Purposely saw what they were doing, what they were getting into, how they were doing it, and it was always the women handing them the pick, one way or the other. Even if they approached the woman is just right there. You know, no matter what. Know some pimps. Got to shout out the Pimp God. You know, shout out the Pimp God and knew some other like real true to the game pimps. They don't be chasing all that shit they talk about in Hollywood and everything. They don't be doing all that shit. They be just sitting back chilling. Let the game come to them. Look at that clip. I'm gonna find that clip from that movie, The Mack. The women be choosing. You just deal with it. That's just the reality. Ain't no shame in it. It is what it is, and really, if you understand that, then you know, okay, let me fix myself up, and I get these women. Seriously, they always checking. And no, it's not going to be every man. Yeah, it's a smaller group of men who are select and are non-select. And you know what? That shit ain't going to change. Because, you know, guys who've, there's been studies, like 40% of men only expected to put their genes into the future. It's probably less than that with paternity fraud and everything. And in fact, I heard the number of paternity fraud has gone up to 40%. And those are guys who are tested. That's because a woman she still might deal with a man for survival, but then she'll have another man's baby. That says a lot. Shit, you want to be in that. You want to be in that select. You want to be in that select, and there ain't no magic and everything to it. Shit, fix yourself up as best as possible. Have your shit going on. You know, develop yourself as best as possible, and then you'll get what you're going to get. All right. So you're going to remember that. All right. You're going to remember that. So anyway, y'all, that's all I have for now. I'm going to hit y'all with something else tomorrow. Yeah, 2025. I'm going to have to go harder because some guys still ain't getting it. Still ain't getting it and shit. And I was like, nah. Because, well, I'll just say this with me, man. I don't have time, man. I don't have time. I want to see some guys. I want to see men out here win. I ain't going to tell y'all some bullshit just to get some money out of y'all, man. Or whatever. I'll tell y'all whatever. Fuck all that. I'll tell y'all some real shit. You either listen to it or you don't. If you don't listen to it, like I said, don't waste time like coming on this channel or complaining or something. I don't have time for it. That's one thing about me. I don't play. I don't play around. I don't have time to play around. You know? Because I don't know. Because ever since I had that stroke in 2023, I was like, well, shit, I don't know. Shit, I can do whatever. I still gotta be concerned. I gotta be thinking about some shit every motherfucking day. So, anyway, I'll get back with y'all. I'll hit y'all with a car video. I might hit y'all with something deeper tomorrow. Because one of the things, like I said, If the woman's choosing, that means you got the power, but then there's something else men have power with that men got to stop feeding into. And I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. Y'all stop feeding into it, because trust me, if you have I'll put it like this. If a critical mass of men say women need to wear their hair in a bob and wear skirts down to their ankles, give it a few weeks. It had to be a critical mass of men. Give it a few weeks and watch what women do. Men got more power out here than we really realize. And I'm going to tell y'all some other shit tomorrow. So anyway, I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.